treason, espionage, cooperation with foreign organizations, disclosure of state secrets, participation in a subversive community, discrimination against the Russian army. Charges under these articles in Russia are grounds for arrests and real prison sentences. On February the 24th, 2024, Daniil Vershinin was detained at the monument to Lesya Ukrainka in Moscow. A young man stood in a single picket with a no war poster. After some time, police officers approached him and took him to the police station. A protocol was drawn up against Vershinin under the article on discrediting the Russian army. There have been thousands of such examples since the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, human rights activists say.
Totalitarian government is a government that does provide for absolutely no alternative point of view, even in the kitchen. And accordingly, virtually anything that could give a different point of view is cleared out, reduced to zero.
After the start of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, the State Duma adopted a number of repressive laws designed to take any manifestations of civil society under control. Actions and meetings, except for pro-government ones, are prohibited in the Federation. Single pickets permitted by law are also punished, some with a fine and some with a prison term. On the second anniversary of the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Moscow police initially refused to allow relatives of Russian military personnel to lay flowers at the eternal flame. Then they allowed it, but under close control and accompaniment. And several journalists were detained. According to eyewitnesses, several girls and young men were taken to a paddy wagon, despite them having press cards, press vests and editorial assignments.
On what basis are you detaining me?
I've told you once again, you are officially warned. If you do not comply with the lawful demands of the police, you will receive the Article 19.3. Stop the broadcasting.
You came up to me, checked my documents and said, let's go into the car.
We asked you to stop. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Let's take her.
On what basis?
The reason has just been explained to you twice.
Laying flowers in yellow and blue colors or a combination of these shades included are also considered a crime in Russia, for which people receive considerable sentences. Now vigilant citizens are also looking for hints of LGBTQ+ symbols their compatriots may have, and the number of denunciations in the country has increased so much that officials cannot cope with their flow.
For alternative points of view, people are given such prison terms that simply do not fit into your head. They give longer sentences for fakes about the army than for murders or rapes. In fact, you know, the most serious crimes in the Russian interpretation are less serious than the right to have a different opinion. What has not been yet involved? It's the return of the death penalty. That's it. Everything else, terms, persecution, dismissal from work, ban on activities, it all exists. Moreover, it exists in the most disgusting form, as it was under Stalin. Even dissidents were less persecuted under Brezhnev than they are now.
The scale of persecution in Russia will increase at all levels, analysts say, especially after the pseudo-elections. It is then that the actions of intimidation will be replaced by the coordinated work of the repressive machine. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Natalia Husak, UATV News.